remembers what e-bikes looked like as little as 10 years ago? It's safe to say we've come a long way. Blink and you almost miss it. The world of electric micromobility is moving fast. The electric bike market has seen an immense amount of growth. In America, electric bike sales are growing 16 times faster than what I like to call analog cycling. Cake just closed their funding on $60 million, an e-bike brand that is led by design culture. VanMoof has raised $128 million. This is a serious market. We've come so far so quickly, and a huge part of that is thanks to the Scandis. Home to the cycling capital of the world, Denmark and its neighbours have consistently been at the forefront, setting the lofty standards of what micromobility should and can be. Brands like Cake, Move, Strom, Biomega and Mate have reinvented the wheel. They've turned a functional high-priced piece of kit into something quite cool. E-bikes are no longer for the sandal-wearing, lentil-eating, impassioned environmentalists. They're now for everyone.
Vegans, but not all the vegans, just quite a lot of them.
Where there were once a handful of electric bikes on selection, now there are bikes as diverse and beautiful as the human form. Tall, fat, thin, light, heavy, flashy, functional, souped up, simplified. And it wasn't until the change in marketing only around 5 years ago when e-mobility really began to get cool and inclusive. In turn, e-bikes have become big money. The electric bike market has exploded in recent years. More and more people are finding them harder to ignore. It's predicted that e-bike sales will grow from 3.7 million to 17 million per year by 2030. The pandemic and global shift towards electric vehicles has a lot to do with it. But when you're presented with a bike that not only looks great, feels great to ride, offers a legitimate, fun alternative of travel, and is far more affordable, it's no wonder people are buying in. Electroheads, we will be diving deeper into the world of e-bikes, but before we do, make sure to like this video so more of the bike curious get to see it. And please do make sure to hit up our Instagram at Electroheads. We have heaps of great content, so head on over, give us a follow, and you can be in the know. Nordic design is famously characterized by simplicity, minimalism, sustainability, and functionality. Go onto Pinterest and you'll find reels of it as aspirational home decor in categories labeled Scandi boho and Nordic cottage. Polestar is a fantastic example of Nordic design. Look at it. Did you know the CEO is an ex-designer? Which is rare because usually CEOs are more like engineers or accountants. That head for design excellence comes from the top down and you really can tell. Scandis are cold, hard trendsetters. They're ahead of the curve when it comes to a lot of things. Norway is setting the pace with EV adoption. 91.3% of private car buyers went with electric cars in September 2021. Looking at their current trajectory, the last ICE car sale could happen in April 2022. But they're not just trailblazers in the world of electric. They led the way with groundbreaking televisions such as The Bridge, The Killing, and Borgen that brought foreign drama to British TV boxes and had Sophie Grobel become famous for her jumpers. And don't get me started on a smorgasbord. But back to the topic at hand. As we know, there is a Nordic house mafia which centers on micromobility. They're the founding fathers of Swedish e-mobility cool. Mate is one of the forerunners who launched back in 2016. You go on their website and straight away you're hit in the face with visual imagery that screams a collaboration of lifestyle meets fashion meets mobility. Cali skateboard brand Palm Angels and even luxe designer brand Moncler have joined forces with Mate. In doing so, it's a clear signal to the world that these bikes have a place in two of the coolest scenes, skate and high-end fashion. Not many e-bike brands have accomplished that. Mate actually sent a couple of their e-bikes for us to try, just like this one. For a proper introduction and to hear more about what these bikes have to offer, click the link above. Mate as a brand is a signifier that e-bikes have become something more, a statement piece, an extension of our identity, an item worthy of the catwalk. In fact, rewind to the beginning.
Who remembers what e-bikes looked like as little as 10 years ago?
Remember these bikes? Things have definitely changed. To hear more, I spoke with Julie, one of the two sibling founders of Mate, and Harris, the UK MD.
Back in 16, when we launched, there was no cool e-bike on the market. I think it's also what we did different. It was like the whole, there was no marketing. The marketing there was about it was an old person, something wrong with you. So, they were just targeting the product to a completely different audience. why isn't there anything for younger minded, urban, audience that just, want a different way to transport themselves, not because there's something wrong with them, but maybe because you want to go further. You want to use it as a means of transportation without breaking a sweat, and you want to look cool. But in 18, at least from a European perspective or Danish perspective, people would be like, nobody wants fat tires. And Made X was a huge success, right? Unprecedented, not seen before in most crowdfunding projects. And I think also the market take the market a little bit with storm, thinking, people are like, okay, people actually do want fat tires. So this is just funny stories about, disrupting a little bit. I would say the market, the field, the understanding, making bike cool. What we did very new is that people started to post with Made like it was, like it was a fashion item, like it was your bag, which is also completely new in the biking sector.
It's a special bike. I don't know if you've seen the designer collaborations we've done as well. So within the next 2 weeks, we've got the stock landing for the Montclair special edition. There's only 1,000 ever made worldwide, and then we've got a Palm Angels one as well. So we've partnered up with some really cool clothing and designer brands as well. So yeah, it's kind of a statement of the bike itself, really.
By releasing their product in limited edition, Mate are in fact mirroring the cult fashion world that has hordes of hopefuls queuing at first light to cop a garm. Miss it and it's gone. Their rise in the fashion industry has also led to exciting opportunities. The Moncler collab was featured as a part of the Moncler Genius Show at Milan Fashion Week 2020, a first for the fashion brand, which sadly was overshadowed by COVID. Their latest campaign, Show Your Colours, is another loud and proud declaration of being bold. It's pretty amazing how far we've moved forward in such a minute amount of time.
But for us, it's more about, like the core value is like free-spirited, seize the opportunity and be able, to say and do and be who you are. We actually are able to reach people who do not even think about biking as an option. So we think here we made quite a lot of impact. Having also JC in the sort of in our entourage. I know like Beyonce, Rihanna, they have bikes. Just tapping that into these segments. Like if it was not for me, they would not stand and pose with a bike. Back to the Danish design roots, it's all about simplicity and functionality. That is sort of the core of the Danish design, and then quality.
Get around, but get around in style. There was a need for Mate in the world of biking, that's for sure. And there are some other good-looking bikes now that have come up. It's not just about Mate bike; it's about e-bikes in general. I hope that people will get together more, and like we go to gigs and we go out, people meet for a ride, and 10, 20 people get together, or even 5 people, and just ride together. It's just so much fun.
We consider ourselves a lifestyle brand. So we want Mate to be so much more than just a bike brand, because for us it's very much a philosophy. We always say it's about the ultimate feeling of freedom, and also to be able and to dare express ourselves.
Electric bikes have come a long way from the days of DIY clunkers and bikes with obnoxious batteries and motor placements. The progressive Scandis saw something we didn't, and in turn, the world has awoken to a new dawn of e-mobility, one that is continuously becoming more inclusive, affordable, and attractive. From 2011 to 2021 to 2031, where will they take us next? Perhaps one day we'll all be wearing jazzy jumpers and outnumbering cars with bikes by more than 5 to 1, like Copenhagen does. The world would be a better place for it. In fact, let's all just be more Scandi.